We live? Let's go. Let's kick this mule, as a wise man would say. It's gonna be a late one, y'all. Let's freaking do this thing. Yo, what's happening, everybody? Welcome to the Bryce Boudreaux Show. A very late episode. I apologize, but I got a busy week, so I don't have time. Just to do an episode at your convenience. So you're on my time now. Congratulations. This is my show, and I make the rules. Um, Welcome to the show, everybody. If you're just tuning in, we're kicking things off. It is 10:40 p.m. It feels like, I know, I'll tell you why I'm doing this late, because it still feels like it's 9:40. It still feels like it's 9:40. It still feels like it's 9 o'clock. It's ridiculous. Time change is a freaking joke. Let's open this. Let's open this mother trucker with this one right here. Time change is a joke. Time change is a joke. I've had enough of it. I don't know why we still do this thing, this Benjamin Franklin bullcrap. If that's the guy that invented time change, I'm not a fan of it. I never have been a fan of it. It's perfect whenever it gets dark at, like, let's just change this whole thing. Whoever turns off the light switch for the sun to come out or whatever, turn that thing to where, it starts getting dark at, like, I'm good with 6:30 or 7 o'clock. Are you good with that? I'm good with that. I want it to get dark at, like, at that time. Getting dark at 5 o'clock is way too early. But you know, you can mess with the times a little bit, but I mean, let the people live their life. You know, who are the only two states that doesn't celebrate time change? Is it like Utah and like Nebraska or Hawaii or Alaska? Alaska, they've got issues. Whoever pays the light bill up there, because the sun comes out whenever it wants to. So that doesn't make any sense. Uh, Obviously, I mean, closer to the equator or whatever, the North Pole, South Pole. I don't know. Welcome to the show, everybody. It's a late night episode of the Bryce Boudreaux Show. Uh, we're getting this started. We're opening this thing up. New background. Messing with some things here. Gonna see if this works out. If not, we'll switch to something else. My microphone just fell. We're gonna see if this works or not. If it does, then we're gonna keep it. If not, and if not, then we just won't keep this blue curtain uplight, whatever you want to call this. The brick wall. Sadly, I had to tear it down. I had to hire the crew that put it up. I said, "Listen here, you're gonna tear down this wall," and yeah, my head kept getting melted within the wall. If you watch some of the other episodes, I started getting complaints about it. I literally had somebody message me, "Hey man, big fan of the show." I'm like, "Thank you." "Yeah, man, you look stupid. Your head's like disappearing in the wall. You need to fix that." Noted. So, that's why we have a new background, as you can see. There it is. So we might fix it. We might do something else. Talking to some prop designers. Maybe we get a little something going on back there. We got a comment. Jacob Pellegrin, Arizona, and I don't know. Oh, you're talking about the states that with the time change. Yeah, Jacob. That seems to be the ticket is Arizona and that other state. So that's the two states that don't do the time change. Which, not to make it a political show, because this is not a political show. This is not a political format. You want to go learn about politics, go watch something else. But our president mentioned that he wants to get rid of time change. He thinks it's a load of junk. So we'll see what happens. I mean, it doesn't make sense to do it anymore. We have lights. We're not a bunch of farmers, a bunch of hillbillies. Working out there, relying on the sun to come out. You know, we can work regardless. you know? So if you're just tuning in, drop a like, drop a comment, let us know. Let me know that you're watching. Let me know where you're watching from. It definitely helps out the show. Lets me know where the market's at. Appreciate the first comment of the night from Jacob Pellegrin. Big shout out to the Pellegrin family. Can't wait to see all the Pellegrins at Rage and Fighting Championship later on this month, March 29th in Youngsville. And I'm being told they are just about sold out. So big news though with Rage and Fighting Championship. They will be doing their next show this summer in at the Cage Dome Convention Center. So they're already upgrading. The second event already in. So that's going to be fun. Speaking of Lafayette Rage and Fighting Championship, it slipped my mind. I didn't have it in my notes for tonight, but I cannot believe this. But Carly Judice this weekend, right? Carly Judice is fighting this week for the UFC. So we'll all be watching that. I have I may or may not have my money on Carly Judice. Carly, last I checked, they have her projected to win that fight. So let's do it. Let's go. Oh, I don't want to see any of that. Here we go. Brea Fight Night. Yeah, let's look up those odds. Let's look up those odds. There she is. How crazy is this? Carly Judice and Kurt Hollabaugh on the same freaking card, man. That's awesome. It's Louisiana represented right there, baby. No. The odds on DraftKings were, I guess, incorrect because this has Carly as the underdog, but not by much. So Eunice Dubuen from Venezuela. That's going to be her opponent. So anyway, man, the lighting looks really weird in here now. I got to turn my brightness down on all this stuff. So yeah, it's a late night here on the show. By the way, best of luck to Carly Judice, Louisiana represent, make us proud, Carly. You got this. If I had the sponsorship money, I would sponsor Carly Judice right now. Carly Judice with Bryce Boudreaux show logo on her trunks. So we'll see what happens there. But best of luck to Carly Judice. Hope she wins that fight. Also, speaking of Lafayette, something that just came up in my I don't know what you want to call it, Rolodex. I was on a podcast in February with a group called Acadiana Cast. I've been a big fan of their show. They're based in Lafayette. They're kind of like a Heart of Lafayette type podcast. They have a really good show. Carter Semino runs a really good show, and I was on the show in February. The episode, from what I'm being told, is coming out this week. So yeah, I can't wait to share it all with everybody. I told a lot of really good stories about my career, so that's going to be coming out, and I can't wait, man. Carter Semino runs a really good show. So even though it's a late one tonight, all the shorts and everything will be posted at a later time, so you won't miss all that. But our first topic of the night is Titan Combat Championship, man. What a great weekend. My weekend kicked off Friday. Of course, last week you all remember Thomas G. Webb on the show, as well as Roman Pizzolato. We'll talk about their fights after a while. If you didn't know, Roman Pizzolato's fight actually ended in a no contest. It was originally a doctor stoppage TKO. His opponent, Aaron Davis, was originally the winner. That's how I was told to say it. That was corrected to a no contest. We'll talk about that one here in a little bit. But Thomas Webb won by RNC in the second round. Unreal. The post-fight interview was freaking awesome. I was like, Thomas, you got a lot left in the tank. And he said, I don't even know what the hell what he said. He was just yelling like, he was just excited, and the whole crowd was just, and then he just stopped and he was like, "That's my pops right there." And he pointed to his dad. And I was like, we got to get Pops in the cage, So yeah, man. Two great interviews last week. We got a lot of really good response from both of them. So that's what the people want to see. So we'll keep doing fighter interviews and that sort of thing. So it's been really fun. We got a heart react in the comments. If it'll let me pull it up, I guess not. Who left that heart? Scooby Rodriguez. Shout out Scooby. Shout out Scooby. Let's get back on topic here. Titan Combat Championship was at La Berge. Look at that beautiful building. La Berge Casino Hotel Baton Rouge was the site of everything Titan Combat Chapter 4. Main event was T-Web, Montreal James. Of course, Aaron Davis, Roman Pizzolatto. That was also another fight. There was me. I was the announcer for that event. That was a really cool graphic that they made. It was very cool. Makes me happy. I didn't expect that one. Let me see what else we got here. Okay, yeah, a couple photos from the event. That's what the people want to see. It was a great house. Let me see if I can find that really cool picture of the actual cage. I'm really unprepared, folks. I apologize. I guess I don't have it. Darn. I don't have it. Hold on. I'm gonna pull this freaking thing up because it's actually a really good picture. Yeah, I agree. It is a good picture. There you go. Boom. Check that out. Sold completely out this past weekend. Titan Combat Championship sold that place out. The first ever MMA event in the history of La Berge Hotel and Casino, Baton Rouge. We sold that place out, man. Really, 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 really cool environment. Casino show. You know, I was extremely impressed. I really was kind of scared. I didn't know what kind of house we would have. You're at a casino. A lot of people can't bring, actually you could bring your kids. It was an all ages event. But yeah, and a lot of people know this if you're in the combat sports world or any event hosting world. If you do something like an MMA or boxing show at a casino, that's a really, really, really big accomplishment. Not a lot of people get to do those, and it costs a lot of money, or you got to get the casino on your side. And they Titan Combat Championship knocked it out of the park. Casey McKenzie, he probably doesn't want to be named, but he truly proved. He's only been promoting combat sports for a short time now, and he's proving right now that he belongs up there with the really good ones that are in Louisiana. He's proving that right now. So he's got the resources, and I've told him in the beginning, I was like, you have the resources to make something really big here. And that's kind of why I jumped on board with Titan Combat Championship. And so I'm just thrilled to be a part of it. It was a really, really cool event, sold completely out. And it was a lot of fun. Let's see what this is. Oh, there's me. Yeah, that was a great picture of me in the Titan Combat cage. Really cool picture. There's me and referee Myron Godet. Check it out. Speaking of Casey, there's me and Casey talking. There's my back. Yeah. Also, really big accomplishment happened that has been a little quiet, but I'll go ahead and I'll mention it. We got a comment. Hold on. Let's see what this comment is. We're gonna see a rematch for the professor, the Italian Lion. Oh, you're asking, are we gonna get? Yeah, Scooby. If you noticed at the end of the bout, and Scooby gets it, it's a great question. Scooby is talking about the bout between Aaron Davis and Roman Pizzolatto, which ended in a no contest due to a medical emergency. That will, yeah. If you noticed at the end of the fight, both fighters agreed that they would have a rematch because that wasn't a fight. It was a medical emergency that ended the fight, and they couldn't fight. And I'm going to talk a lot, go into detail about what exactly happened in that. I have the clip, and we'll play that and we'll react to it here in a little while. So yeah, I appreciate that comment. Thank you so much, Scooby Rodriguez. Yeah, what's up, Eddie? Eddie Citadel, shout out. Hell yeah, what's up, dude? What's happening? Anyways, yeah. So kind of a big accomplishment for me. I sadly didn't get a chance to talk to the guy, but it really cool. Those who know me know how big of a fan I am of LSU. I'm a diehard LSU fan. It's no secret. I'm a massive LSU fan. I'm always posting that I'm at an LSU game. Go Tigers, I always say. Accomplishment happened for me this past Saturday. I announced in front of Brian Kelly, the head coach of the Fighting Tigers of LSU. He was in attendance. Sadly, didn't get a chance to talk to him, but he was there, and he was a guest of the show, and I didn't believe he was going to come. And then I glanced over, and sure enough, there he was. He was walking in, and yeah, he went in the VIP area, and and mingled with everybody, and everybody loves Coach, man. I mean, he's the top Tiger. There is no joke about that. Um, so so yeah, Brian Kelly, Brian Kelly was there, and Brian Kelly got to see me announce. Check it out. Here's a picture of the back of Brian Kelly's head, and promoter Casey McKenzie watching the action, probably watching me announce. There's a better picture right there. There's Casey McKenzie. There's Commissioner Ricky Norris, great friend of the show, Ricky Norris. And there's the top Tiger right there in the middle, Brian Kelly, man. And he was there. He watched me. He watched the show. He didn't come to see me announce, but he watched the show. And from what Casey told me, he didn't want to leave. He wanted to stay and continue watching the fights. He was having a great time. You gotta understand, and his life, it's nothing but football, coaching, sports. And so he doesn't really get a chance to go out and see something else. And so seeing live MMA, he was just like, wow, this is awesome. This is fun. So he actually had to leave early. Spring practice started the following morning. So he had to be up early in the morning. So next time coach comes to a show, I'll be sure to go talk to him and explain to him, what we can improve on the team. No, I'm kidding. He's a coach. I'm not. I'm just a fan, no, but thank you, coach, for coming out. We appreciate you, and look forward to seeing you and the rest of the team at the fights. I tell you what would be really cool, and I don't know if Casey would be down to do this, but what if we did a private show at LSU in the practice facility, and we set up a boxing ring, or we set up an MMA cage, and we just had fights just for the players. The players would love that. I mean, come on. I mean, they do movie night and stuff, but what if they had fight night? What if they got to witness some fights? That'd be cool, right? Live MMA. You don't have to order the pay-per-view. That's pretty cool. So yeah, big shout out, head coach of the Fighting Tigers of LSU, Brian Kelly. I got to announce in front of Brian Kelly. He got to see me. So pretty cool. I've announced for Dustin Poirier, and I've announced for Brian Kelly. So kind of cool. To Louisiana legends. Got some comments. Shout out everybody watching. Eddie Citadel, keep up the great work, bro. You killing it. Well, thank you, Eddie. Appreciate that, buddy. Rachel Hart saying, "What's up? Go Tigers from Mississippi." Yeah, I agree. Go Tigers. Yeah, hell yeah. Mississippi has a lot of LSU fans, which I love that. You don't see many Ole Miss fans in Louisiana. A lot of LSU fans in Mississippi. Shout out Rachel Hart. Thanks for tuning in. Kurt Thomas Casper, shout out, dude. What's happening, brother? Great to see you. Glad you're here. I'm actually going to be reviewing a few clips, and one of them is the one that we talked about today, which I'll be talking about a little bit later on. Kurt holding it down over there, clearlifemedia.com out there in Houston, Texas. Premier pay-per-view streaming service out in Houston, Texas. Who is viewing this? I got like 8 monitors going on here, folks. Kurt, you'd be proud of me. Kurt's a production guy. I've got like 8 monitors going on here. You know, let me see. Shout out Hunter Pickett. Shout out Christian Smith. Shout out Braylon Johnson watching. What's up, everybody? Christian Smith, ring announcing extraordinaire. Hunter Pickett. Shout out Braylon Johnson. Braylon Johnson is pursuing his career in professional wrestling. He's up there. He's working up north. Braylon, did you watch AEW last night? What did you think? We'll be talking about AEW here in AEW Revolution here in just a few minutes. But probably the biggest fan of the show, Jason Berg. I don't know if he wants me to say his name or not, but it's too late. Let's go, Bryce. Comment from YouTube. Yo. Thanks, Jason. Appreciate it, buddy. Probably the biggest fan of the show. Yeah, Eddie said it all. Love what you're doing, bro. Yeah, well, I love what I'm doing too. It's fun, we have a great time. We try to do it. Shout out everybody tuning in. It's 11 o'clock at night and everybody's here. I thought I was making a mistake by going live this late, but I got some loyal fans out there. I don't have a ton of them, but they're here. So shout out everybody watching. We definitely appreciate that. Let's go back to Titan Combat. A couple pictures from the show. That's a really cool picture. That was the massive hallway you got to walk to get to the actual casino, and that's the banner from the show that's hanging right there. Another really cool shot at the cage. God, what a great view. Beautiful. Let's see. Cold-hearted, handsome devil. I lie. Proud of that picture. That was a good one. Another good picture. Check it out. I don't want to make this about me. Even though this is called the Bryce Boudreaux Show, hate to make it about me, This is a good one. Hey, I'm really proud about this. Shout out my good buddy, now my good buddy. We've always had a great rapport. No, a big shout out, man. This is really cool. I was really proud about this. So you all know him as the Cajun Ninja, Jason Derwin. One of the most viral Cajun chefs out there. And we and him have had a great rapport on social media, and he's been to shows that I've announced. We just never had time to take a picture and talk and meet each other for the first time. And he came up to me and totally surprised the hell out of me. And we finally talked, and he's a great guy. I love all of his videos, his recipes. Payao comme ça, and he cuts the onions. Payao. His seasonings, everything he does. One of the greatest videos I've ever seen was a video of him making a crawfish etouffee at an LSU tailgate. It was just a beautiful, beautiful video. Shout out Cajun Ninja, man. Crowd pops pretty hard whenever I said he was in the building. By the way, he's a lot taller than what you think. He's like much taller than me, and I'm not short, So, man, Cajun Ninja, really cool to see him. He's a massive combat sports fan. He loves MMA, and he is a ninja too. If I'm not mistaken, he's a black belt and more than just cutting onions and cooking in a Magnolite pot. He's got a degree in something. I don't want to disrespect, but I think he has like a black belt in karate. Maybe, I don't know. I could be wrong, but he trains. I know that. Shout out. We got a lot of people watching tonight. Let's go, everybody. Late episode, and y'all all here. Smiley. What's up, Smiley? What up, Bryce? Coming to see you again, brother. Well, it looks like I might be announcing you here soon. I don't know. Looking forward to it. Shout out Smiley, man. Smiley don't stop smiling. Hell yeah. Thanks for tuning in, Smiley. Appreciate it, buddy. Yeah, Cajun Ninja. Yeah, he is cool as hell, Eddie. Oh, really? He did a cut and out cooking rig for us. What does that mean? A cut down cooking rig? I like his He does his recipe for pork steaks, rice, and gravy is amazing. And he God, he's just great at what he does. Cajun Ninja, we could talk about this guy all night. Yeah, so Titan Combat was great. Of course, we had a viral moment, and I'll get to in a little bit, and in like one of the next segments. Um, but yeah, it was an awesome night. After the show, went downstairs to the Edge Bar, um, and hung out at Edge Bar all night. I don't know if that's a great name for a bar. Maybe they should change the name. Because I was walking on the casino floor trying to find this place, and I was like, "Edge, where is Edge?" And I found it, and there it was, and it was a mayhem on the inside in a good way. I mean, everybody was, from the fights and getting to mingle with the fans and getting to see the fans and taking pictures and all that. It was really fun. It was really fun seeing everybody and all the great, kind words. Got to hang out with Connor Martin, local country music artist in Baton Rouge. He'll be in Nashville one day. He's getting in the country music industry at the right time, and he's very good at it too. He's a good singer, sang the national anthem for us. Knows what he's doing. He's young. He's got a good head on his shoulders, and he knows what he's doing. And his girlfriend, or she does all his marketing for him, and so he's picking up the good bookings. And you'll see Connor Martin out there in Nashville, up north. There's a index finger going north. Yeah. Couple more comments. Eddie, uh, yeah, you already did that. Shit, Bryce Boudreaux left. Yeah, you know what, Eddie, you speak for me. Yeah, if you're watching, give the episode a share. Hey, why not? It's free and helps the show. Shout out everybody watching. Appreciate it. See this thing, it barely it tells me late that people are watching. So once again I have like 8 monitors I'm looking at. And I'm looking at one down here and I'm one over there and one in front of me to figure out who's all here watching. So yeah, shout out everybody tuning in so late. It's a late night and you know, can't wait to hear what you have to say about Roman. Uh yeah, I'm gonna be talking about that here in a few minutes. I'm actually gonna review the review the video. Yeah. Well, yeah. I guess you're right. I'm a humble fella. Anyways, yeah, so it was a fun night, man. Titan Combat Championship, definitely one. Ooh, this is a good one. Check this out. All right, so a lot of people out here don't even know who the hell that bald guy is. But I'm gonna break it down for you. So that right there is Matt Moscona. You might not, if you're watching from Minnesota, you might not know who this guy is, but I've been listening to this guy since like 2018 on the radio, even before that actually. He covers mainly he's like the number one radio guy for like LSU. So if you want anything to do with LSU, he's got you covered. Um, and just a Louisiana point of view of sports and the sports world, and LSU fans' point of view of the sports world. So yeah, Casey McKenzie knew how much of a big fan I was of Moscona. He's like, "I want you to meet Matt," and I'm like, "Oh my god, nobody's stopping me!" And I went up to him and we talked for a good little while. And I just told him, I mean, I'm like, "Hey, look, everything you do, I listen to you religiously." And Jason Berg knows that. Um, Scone. Yeah, I mean, Jason, you and I watch him religiously, listen to him religiously. I mean, like even like the little things of how you plug your sponsors and stuff, and just the verbiage and the words that he says. He's such a great talker, and yeah, I'm a big fan of Matt. I've always have been. The rants, everything. And whenever I told him, I was like, actually, you know what, Matt, we've met twice, but you wouldn't remember it. Took my dad to Whiskey and Wine. Moscona does a live after LSU football games. he goes live from a local cigar bar in Baton Rouge with T-Bob Abear, former LSU fighting tiger himself, legendary lineage of Cajun Cannon Bobby Abear. They do a live reaction video to kind of like this. They do a live reaction to LSU football games and the fallout. They go live from a cigar bar and they're a couple cocktails in, smoking cigars, and it's just like an uncensored, fans' perspective of what the hell you saw. And so I took Dad to one last season and one this past season. So yeah, big fan of Matt. He got to enjoy the show and sent me a nice little message. And so it looks like Matt will be coming to some future events. He actually did commentary on a show at the River Center years ago. I don't even know who it was putting on the show, but there was somebody putting on a show at the River Center, and he was a commentator over there. So yeah, it was really cool meeting Matt Moscona. There he is again. Shout out. After further review with Matt Moscona, ESPN 104.5, Baton Rouge. Yeah, so big stuff. I really, really enjoyed everything. Partied all night at the Edge Bar. Thanks everybody that took care of the bar tab for me. That was very nice of you, all the fans. Very, very nice people out there in Baton Rouge. Our first time at the Burge, complete success. So let's move forward to the next day. I woke up with I kept smelling like Chinese food being cooked all night. I mean, you're at a casino. There's always an Asian restaurant there. And I'm like, I gotta go. What kind of Asian food is it? It's gonna be a mix because it's a casino, and I can't wait to dabble in some of that cuisine. That's all I wanted. And woke up the next morning, and I waited till about 12, and I walked around. I'm like, there's nothing open. And I asked one of the ushers or whatever you want to call them, one of the casino people, I'm like, hey, what restaurants are open? They're like, there's one. I'm like, what about the Red Lotus, the Chinese restaurant, or what do you want to call it, the Asian restaurant? And he's like, oh, it's closed. I'm like, why? It's a Saturday. It's lunchtime. He's like, doesn't open till 4. I'm like, dude, stupid. So I was a little upset about that, and because I really wanted some Chinese cuisine or Asian cuisine, whatever they had on the menu. I really wanted to dabble into that. So I found a spot in Baton Rouge called Cheng's. It's literally called Cheng's, and went there and ate well, and great service, great food, very clean, great restaurant. And then after that, I headed to Houma, Louisiana. Pro Wrestling 225 had a show. Nope, wrong graphic. That one's coming later. Yeah, here we go. Pro Wrestling 225 was in Houma. I surprised the boys. No one knew except for Wild Thing. Oh, I have a picture with Wild Thing somewhere. Oh well. Is that me and Wild Thing right there? Yeah, look, there's me and Wild Thing. Check it out. Instagram screenshot. Yeah, so me and Wild Thing were talking, and I was like, hey, I'm going to come to 225. Shout out to Matt Tidwell. Matt's the one that tuned in last week and said, hey, 225 is doing a show in Houma the next day. And I'm like, I'm going to go. So I was like, hey, I'm coming to Houma and surprise everybody. Come on. So I just showed up, and I was like, is there a wrestling show happening here? And they were like, oh. So it was cool seeing everybody. Jordy Pujol and Brett Landry, President Jordy Pujol, Brett Landry, General Manager, they are running 225 like into the stratosphere in a good way. It's incredible. 225, and I have to say this as a fan, is now like you want to go to have fun. And it's not like it never was that, but it just seems like there's a lot more freedom. Like they're doing, kind of funny, goofy, but also serious wrestling. And like the gimmick, the show theme was like video games, Power Up. And so the set designer, Gotro was his last name. He does a great job. He designed like a video game style with like Pac-Man and Donkey Kong, and then he had like a TV from his house and like a bookshelf with a bunch of video games, Atari, and I'm like, how do you do this? And I love it, man. Spencer Landon, Landon Corbin, Spencer Hunt, They've got a really good rapport with the fans of just kind of being a little, not so serious all the time, being a little like cutting loose, and so they've got a really good rapport as being host of the show. Alexis Windsor, ring announcer, great job. I kind of showed her the ropes a long time ago, and she's carried on with it the best way she can, and she does a great job. Her and her wonderful British accent, which I will not replicate because she can only do that. Yeah, so she does a great job. Alexis Windsor. Yeah, so 225, man, it was good seeing everybody. I can name everybody's name, but everybody knows. I mean, I saw everybody and they were all just awesome. Cool seeing Braxton Hunter again. Always love seeing him. Russell Twins, great as always. Wes Warren, it's good seeing Wes. Corey Constantine. Um, uh, who else was there? Stevie Anthony was there. Izzy James was there. Really cool talking to him. He just suffered a loss. I believe he lost his cat, and we talked about that. And I had a little heart to heart about the little kitty cat. Yeah, so it was cool talking to everybody. I meant forgetting some names, but yeah, it was just really good seeing everybody. It really was, man. It's always is good. I didn't work that show. A couple of the fans recognized me. I wasn't even wearing a suit. I was just literally just wearing like street clothes, and a couple of the fans recognized me. I was trying to hide, and I didn't want a whole, you know, I don't want people to think, "Where are you? How come you're not announcing?" And it's not what it's about. Alexis Windsor is their announcer, and I'm not going to go over there and demand. I know a lot of announcers that would go over there and demand a spot, demand a guest announcement. I don't want to do that. She's the announcer, so let her do it. She does a great job too. So shout out Pro Wrestling 225. That was a whole lot of fun. After that, I went to New Orleans and attended my first ever Bayou Fighting Championship UFC watch party, which was pretty fun. Got to meet a lot of our fans. Got to see former professional bodybuilder Rick Canamar and his family. Love Rick. Rick's awesome to talk to. Yeah, he still is in incredible shape. Looks like a movie star, and he was a bodybuilder for years. And just talking to him about just being a bodybuilder and just everything you have to go through, the training and all of that. And he was telling me just like how miserable the training was, and how like he was like starving, and he was like sucking on ice cubes, like with Crystal Light packets just to get a fix. And I'm like, why? And he just shows me like, this is why. He just shows me a picture of him, like, competition, just like a roasted chicken, just muscle on muscle. And I'm like, you got a point. So shout out to Rick. Look forward maybe one day announcing some bodybuilding shows. I know Dynamite David Hardy does that. I kind of never really thought about it. I had a couple opportunities to do it, and maybe I'll start kind of doing some bodybuilding events. Maybe so. Anything that needs an announcer, I'm there for. I've always said that. Shout out everybody watching. Thanks for tuning in for a late episode of the Bryce Boudreaux Show. This time change has got me all messed up. I'm thinking it's 10:22 and it's 11:22. Time change is bullcrap. And that's the slogan for tonight. So anyways, yeah, so it was cool hanging out at the BFC watch party. I lost money on DraftKings. I had Pereira winning. I thought Alex Pereira was going to win, and he didn't, and that's that. Had Gaethje winning. I predicted the whole card damn near correct. Except for that the guy that got hit with that spinning is it spinning head kick. Was it King was the last name? I don't remember, but I had him winning and he lost. But yeah, good show. Oh, Swamp Room. Yeah, everything was going down at the Swamp Room in Metairie. Love the Swamp Room. Delicious swamp burgers. Big sponsors of Bayou Fighting Championship. Yeah, so big shout out. They have buffalo shrimp like you used to get at Hooters. Awesome. Spinach and artichoke dip there is great too. Their beers are always ice cold, and their swamp burgers. I mean, does it get any better? They also have a really good ribeye or sirloin. I forget what kind of cut of meat they cook. You can get a steak there with French fries. It's fantastic. Swamp Room right there on Veteran Metairie. And yeah, man, a big shout out to everybody at Bayou Fighting Championship, and look forward to seeing everybody this March 28th as we head to. I'll share the graphic real quick while we're on the topic of it. Yeah, there it is. Boom. As BFC heads to NOLA Bike Fest. That's right. BFC 73 live during NOLA Bike Fest weekend, live at NOLA Harley Davidson. A very special show. We do this once a year where all the proceeds of the event will go to martial arts and combat sports for kids, providing kids with financial difficulties tuition to attend martial arts, combat sports, boxing, karate, kickboxing, Muay Thai, jiu-jitsu classes, any kind of combat sports, and kids that maybe can't afford it due to financial difficulties. Martial arts, combat sports for kids takes care of that. And this event, all the proceeds goes to MAK, martial arts, combat sports for kids. So if you've never been to one of these, it's really cool. We take the cage and we set it up. We move all the bikes out of a Harley Davidson dealership and set the cage up in the middle of a dealership. And it's an intimate event. It's very unique. And it's kind of like, I kind of call it like your Dana White Contender Series, kind of like a house show. It's a lot of the up and comers that you're seeing, a lot of the guys that have never really fought on our main cards or on the undercard. And so it's a lot of guys debut, you know. And then the main event is always a solid main event with somebody that deserves to be in that main event. You know, so it's really cool how matchmaker and president of BFC Joe Ancona books that show. It's really cool, and I had to miss the one last year, but I'm back for this one, and I'm really looking forward to it. So once again, that's during NOLA Bike Fest, March 28th. In New Orleans. So get your tickets now at bfc.com. All righty. So we move forward into tonight's show. Okay, I'll tell you what. Since we're done talking about this past week, what is that right there? Oh, that's another. Oh yeah, that's that shot of LeBerge. So, you know, the show right now, I don't have any sponsors, and that's totally cool. If you want to sponsor the show, believe it or not, it is very easy to do that. Just shoot me a message. Let's work something out. It's not that expensive. I don't want to take all your money, but I want to help your product or business grow, and I'm willing to work with you. So hit me up. Let's get some work done, and let's do some business. So I talked to my good buddy Vinny Berry the other day. Old buddy Vinny Berry, with you know, he's an artist. He's a writer. He's written many great wrestling books. And you know, he wrote Lance by Chance. He wrote Wrestleville 1, Wrestleville 2, which I was in. And he's written plenty of books. He's doing a pretty good sale right now. You can use the promo code SPRING right now and get a copy of one of the books for 20% off. Head to Wrestleville.com and get yours now. Lance by Chance, story of Lance Von Erich, the forgotten Von Erich. Go and give that one a read. That's a really good one. Very impressive. And then both Wrestleville books. You know, where's Wrestleville? It's where wrestling lives. Wrestleville Volume 1, Wrestleville Volume 2, which I was in Wrestleville Volume 2. Check this out. Look at the bottom right corner. Yeah, that's a young me. I got a whole chapter in Wrestleville Volume 2 about being a independent wrestling announcer on the Gulf Coast, along with many of my friends that are in that Wrestleville book. Yeah, dude. That was in a book, dude. Yeah. Yeah, and he also wrote a book about Black Bart that we just sadly lost this past year. I think last year. I can't remember. But Black Bart was a legendary Texas wrestler. Guys like John Bradshaw Layfield really looked up to Black Bart. All these great stories are being told in Vinny Barry's books. Vinny's a great guy. He's a great author, and get his books today. 20% off, worth the read. He's an old friend of the show, old friend of mine, and big shout out to Vinny Barry, man. He definitely deserves it. The books are not as expensive as you think, so go get yourself a copy of either Lance by Chance, Russellville Volume 1, Russellville Volume 2, or his latest Black Bart. Big shout out Vinny Barry, man. Love that guy, and he's a great artist. Great artist. I mean, he is an artist, but a great author. So I guess we can move forward into the next topic of the night, which is video reviews, viral reviews of you know what? Maybe I'll push that a little bit. No. Let's do it right now because there's a lot of people that are waiting for this. So let's do this. So first clip is from Titan Combat Championship this past weekend, and a lot of people know what it is, and we're gonna watch it right now together, and we're gonna dissect this clip. This was what stopped the fight between Roman Pizzolato and Aaron Davis, a freak accident. And if you have a queasy stomach, you might want to look away. Lots of blood. Parental advisory. Watch at your own wrist. Here we go.
So I definitely recommend y'all going back and watching the first and second fight. That could possibly be some of the fights of the year. They were amazing action, so definitely go watch it. Oh my goodness. Oh my. That is horrible blood. That is some crazy craziness.
I mean, yeah. Let's watch it again, shall we?
So I definitely recommend y'all going back and watching the first and second fight. That could possibly be some of the fights of the year. They were amazing action, so definitely go watch it. Oh my goodness. Oh my. That is horrible blood. That is some crazy craziness.
Oh. How do you even bleed like that, dude? How? From a kick. That's insane. Unbelievable. Once again, that was Roman Pizzolato bleeding like a stuffed pig from his shin. I actually had a picture of the cut somewhere, but I lost a picture of it. But unreal what happened. So those that don't know what happened there, as you can see, that slight kick check hit a perfect little spot of the shin where an artery wraps around the bone, if I'm not mistaken. And he hit it just perfectly to where he cut through the skin. That artery exploded. And I was sitting right there where it all happened. And the blood was shooting out of his shin like a water faucet. I've never seen blood pour out of someone like that. It literally looked like somebody took a pistol and shot him in the leg. And I thought he was going to bleed out. Like, it was going to be bad. He lost a lot of blood. Wild. But he was good. I mean, they wrapped him up. They put some compression on it. Me and Roman hung out for the majority of the night. So, yeah, we shut down LaBerge, man. Anyways. Yeah, man. So that's the freak accident that happened. I talked to Roman. Maybe we'll do a little review about it, and he can kind of tell his side of the story of exactly what happened. I mean, that was a freak accident, folks. Lots of blood. So yeah, gross. Like I said, if you're queasy, you can't handle it. Not for you. This next one's a little long. This was from this weekend's. It was from El Tigre Promotions boxing show. at Red Owl in Houston. The announcer goes, and have been in the shoes before of doing this. The announcer goes to cue the national anthem. Well, just watch.
Please ask that you rise, if able, for the playing of our national anthem, as our colors will be presented by the Marine Corps League from Conroe.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States and to the republic for which it stands, one nation.
Oh, say if you see by the dawn's early light, o'er the ramparts we watch, so silently streaming. They flew through the night, our flag was still there. Say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the landing of the free and the home of the brave? Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. We have a great night at the fights for you as our 8-fight supercard is underway here from Red Owl Boxing Arena.
Man, so let's. If you're just joining, I just reviewed a clip. We just played a clip of what transpired this past weekend. Of course, there was an amazing boxing event that happened in Houston, Texas. El Tigre Promotions put this boxing event on. And, not a lot of people are talking about the fights. They're talking about what happened to kick off the show in the national anthem. I've been in those shoes before as an announcer where that happens, where the DJ either doesn't know to play the national anthem, or no one told the DJ, or the DJ doesn't have it. I've been in those shoes before, and the awkward silence, and you can just look on the announcer's face. I believe that's Timothy out of Houston, and he's just like the most awkward. Like, you can tell he's like, I feel so bad for him. I mean, because it's not his fault. And what people don't understand as an announcer, if there's any technical difficulties, they're not looking at the DJ. They have no clue where the DJ is. They don't care about the DJ. They think the music is being magically played. They're looking at the announcer. It's the announcer's fault that nothing's happening. That persuades the drunk fans to yell out stupid stuff, which luckily in this case that didn't happen. The fans are really respectful. The fans are just kind of waiting. Shout out, man. He tried his best. the best part of that whole video is whenever there's just an awkward silence and you could tell he just doesn't know. He's just super just like, what the hell's going on? And somebody just gets on the mic and just says, I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States. And then he gets on there and he's like, oh, say, can you see in the rocket's red glare? And he, poor guy, I mean, it's hard to just do the national anthem on the fly. I mean, people that have done it, even Chris Stapleton, the greatest performance of the national anthem of all time at the Super Bowl, has said, I did it once, I'll never do it again. It was nerve-wracking because you're afraid to mess up the lyrics because you're not just messing up any song, you're messing up our national anthem. So there's a lot of stress that goes under that. Shout out Tim, man. He pulled through and he sang the national anthem, man. Wild. So I don't know whose fault that was, but yeah, they did do their job playing the I don't know if it was the DJ or whatever. Who knows? Maybe they didn't have a national anthem. Maybe he just thought there'd be a national anthem. I had that happen to me where I was like, let's play our national. It's at this time we ask you all to please rise, remove your caps as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem. And nothing. And that's happened to me before. And then I remember the last time it happened. We waited, and then I think somebody was supposed to play the music. It didn't happen, and some girls in the crowd said, "Screw it, I'll sing." Oh, say, can you see? And she went in and started singing. That's happened to me before. That happened in Mississippi. But yeah, shout out to Tim. If you're just joining, we just reviewed a really good video from El Tigre Promotions of the national anthem not playing. And the announcer came in and just started singing, and it was glorious. Dynamite David Hardy there's a video of him where the national anthem wouldn't play, and he just started singing it. But I think Dynamite wanted to sing the national anthem. He was, maybe this is my chance. So shout out Tim and shout out LT Gray. It wasn't their fault, their boxing promotion. And it wasn't Tim's fault. Tim pulled everything together and started singing the national anthem. The best part though was whoever said the Pledge of Allegiance. The Pledge of Allegiance, like I pledge allegiance to the flag. It's perfect. Anyways. Yeah, so that's a little bit of the viral videos I wanted to review. If you like that, and maybe I'll do more of those viral clips from the weekend and kind of go down the list of the viral clips that happened throughout the weekend of fights. Anyways, get a little sip of Wawa. Sip of water, bro. And water keeps this whole world turning. And they say, how do you dance? How do you swim when your seas are churning? How do you dance when the earth is turning? Well, you just do it. Shout out to everybody that tuned in tonight. Appreciate you. We're running at about an hour. About to wind this thing down. Before we do go, I got to say, last night I ordered AEW Revolution on pay-per-view, which I have to say, bravo to AEW. You get the old thumbs up from me. First of all, changing the way you order pay-per-views. Because if I'm being honest, Bleacher Report sucked. It made no sense. I mean, how hard? I would rather just call the cable company, get them to plug up the box. I mean, the Bleacher Report thing just made no sense. Aren't you supposed to be this great app, easy to function, and you couldn't even get the pay-per-view to work? AEW finally said, screw this. We're not doing Bleacher Report anymore. We're putting everything on YouTube. You want to order the pay-per-view, you order from YouTube. Boom. That's what I did. Easy enough. Easy as apple pie. And it was fantastic, man. Order the pay-per-view, watch it on YouTube, and watched it from start to finish. I don't watch AEW on the reg like everybody else, Man, I'm thirsty Thursday tonight. Who knows? I don't watch AEW on the. By the way, shut up. Check this out. Huh? See that right there? Prototype. Potential Bryce Boudreaux show merchandise coming in the future. Maybe we'll do it. Maybe we won't. I I don't really like watch AEW on the reg. Like whenever I get in now, it's on you. It's on Max. I have Max on YouTube, so I get a notification if it's on. So if it's on, I'll tune in and I'll watch a little bit of Dynamite. And I know kind of the basic of what's going on. I keep up with everything on social media, but it's hard for me to sit there and watch wrestling a lot. That pay per view, which all AEW pay per views are freaking fantastic. WWE can do whatever kind of heel turn they want to do, which that's great and all. But wrestling wise, AEW beats WWE on every day of the week. The wrestling was really good, and storylines of that pay per view, the AEW Revolution, were great. The wrestling was freaking awesome. Show opened with MJF and Adam Cole. What else did they have? They had like a tag team match. The Outrunners, who have now become a sensation. I remember when the Outrunners were like still on the Indies. Now they're wrestling for AEW. Hurt Syndicate. They wrestled those guys. The one match that sticks out on the entire card, which I have to say, the best wrestling story I've seen in a long time. Hollywood Ending. Tony Storm and Mariah May. I was very impressed. I've been following that story for a while now. Whenever Tony Storm changed from this super indie, like she had no gimmick. She was just cool chick from Australia or wherever she's from, and wears a snapback hat and has a Band-Aid thing underneath her eye. And she's just known for being this great independent wrestler. No gimmick. She's just a super indie wrestler that's now wrestling for a major company. And I just think like she didn't fit into WWE because of that. There was no character there. There was no nothing. She was just Tony Storm. And AEW was the same thing. It was just like, okay, so she's just a great wrestler. That's her gimmick. I get it, but I don't know. But whenever she started doing that, the 1920s, 30s, star, the Hollywood, mixed in with a little of really old wrestling, genius. What a great character for her. I still can't believe that she was doing that, wearing the snapback hat and being old school Tony. This new Tony has been amazing. The whole story, the character, the comedic stuff, using Luther as the butler, genius. And whenever everything kind of imploded, whereas she took Mariah underneath her wing, bosom, that stuff was hilarious, and it was like, it made it intriguing to watch. Like what's gonna happen? Why are they doing this? Why? What's the attraction between Mariah May and Tony Storm? And then whenever it all unfolded at the Owen Hart Cup, and Mariah turned on Tony, nobody expected that, and that was one of the greatest turns I've ever seen. How that whenever she, just the scene of Tony bleeding and crying and like and just whoa, and then hitting her with the high heel shoe, and Tony just getting knocked out. Like, it's genius. I mean, you felt so bad for this woman, and the story has been great. I mean, it went to the Wembley Stadium, and then they went to Australia, and Tony wins the title, and then she wants a Hollywood ending, so they have the Hollywood ending match, and that match was gonna be everything, every bit of it, as a hardcore match you could think of. I loved the fact that they had a Taipei death match type of thing going on with the two buckets of glass and the taped hands. Nobody does a Taipei death match anymore. That's a really old school Japanese ECW, whatever, not Japanese, but they used to do it in FMW and then ECW as well. Taipei death match, duct tape the hands or glue the tape and dip it in the broken glass. Genius. and the finish, it was great. And then it's kind of like this weird, like, I don't know, sexual relationship between the both of them. Like they were like obsessed with each other, and then you see that it ends. They're both covered in their own blood, and Tony's on top of Mariah, and it's like it's over. And how the screen went to the end. Chef's kiss. It was a great finish to the whole thing. So what's next? I don't know. I will tune into AEW Wednesday and find out exactly what the hell's going on here. So what's going to be next for her? Is she going to drop this Hollywood gimmick? I loved how she went out of the Hollywood gimmick, and everybody like she's losing her mind. She's going back to Tony Storm, saying Tony Storm is all elite. That whole thing was freaking awesome. Great story, and very impressed. The steel cage match between Will Ospreay and that dude. I cannot remember the guy's name, but incredible match. My God. Is that not the greatest steel cage match you've ever seen? Oh, my God. Will Ospreay, just incredible. I just remember, like, towards the end of the match, Will had, like, these white tights, and at the end, they were, like, pink from all the blood. Unreal. One of the greatest cage matches I've ever seen in person. What else do they have? Oh, yeah. Kenny Omega won a title. International title. Or whatever. I don't know. They had a lot of really good matches. I mean, I think the main event was kind of lackluster. The ending with Christian Cage showing up was really cool. But Takeshita, I've always said that that's the worst name ever. They need to just call him Konosuke Take. Why does it have to be Take Shita? It literally says Take Shita. Why is no one talking about this? And they're like, it's not Take Shita, it's Takeshita. Whatever, Don Callis. Like, give me a freaking break. Anyways, AEW Revolution, amazing. And you know what? That really good pay-per-view is what they need. The stupidest part of it is whenever the actress says, this isn't even real, or whatever the hell she said. Y'all look at this and y'all know it ain't real, or y'all know who wins. Like how stupid can you be to say something so stupid like that? Poor girl, they just didn't smarten her up. But that was just terrible. Good Lord. I don't. That's whatever. Let's see. Shout out everybody tuning in tonight. Appreciate you. Had a lot of viewers tonight, man. Let's go. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Yes, Revolution was great. I hope this kind of picks them back up and they get back in the swing of things. They had a really good year last year, and I hope it works out for them this year. And they're already off to a good start. I just think they need more pay-per-views because God, these pay-per-views are so good. That's me. What else is up? Let's see what else is going on tonight. Oh yeah, Uber Eats. Here we go. Get yourself something to drink for this one, folks. I ordered Uber Eats tonight. First time ever. I was a frequent user of DoorDash. On the road, you got to use DoorDash and whatever, and you don't cook anything, get DoorDash. Well, DoorDash pissed me off too many times. They would either my food didn't get delivered, or it got delivered to the wrong house, or they would. I was missing utensils or something, and just it wasn't the restaurant's fault. It was, it was the restaurant's fault, but like it wasn't really DoorDash's fault. But DoorDash's job is to compensate for what they lose, for what they mess up, and they just quit doing it. They used to do it all the time. They quit doing it, so I quit using DoorDash. I'm like, I want to try Uber Eats tonight. So I ordered from a local restaurant, Yank Sing, local Chinese restaurant, and order was real simple. I ordered it, and my plan was I was going to, and this was like at like 7:15. I ordered, right. My plan was to get the food at about 8:00, and whatever, and I would go live at like 9, right? Okay, on here. Well, this is why this plays such a big part, because this ruined my whole damn night. Okay, this ruined my whole night. Okay, I ordered Uber Eats, and my food didn't show up. My food, like, it's supposed to be at my house at like before 8 o'clock, and then it says, "We're sorry, your food will now be here at 8:30." Okay, now it says 8:50, so we're almost over an hour. We are over an hour. It's over an hour, and then it says 9 o'clock, the latest, and it still says the restaurant is still preparing your food, and then eventually it just gives them notification, Yang Sing has canceled your order. What? After all this time of waiting, it's late. Everything's closed now. So like I reported it. I'm like, yo, like, and I looked on there and like the order disappeared. I'm like, yo, where's my refund? Where's my credits? What the hell? And Uber Eats help was, they were like, we have no idea what you're talking about. What order? And I'm like, what order? What order? Like, dude, what the hell are you talking about? They just canceled my order. What are y'all gonna do? What the hell? And I don't even have a refund. The order doesn't even pop up. They're like, yeah, we don't know what you're talking about. And I'm like, this is insane. And I go and I look at my emails and I find the order. I'm like, this order right here. And I'm like, this is notification. I got my orders canceled by the restaurant. And then I look on my bank and I'm like, the amount is still taken off of my, whatever. And they're like, oh, we're sorry. We don't even know what the hell you're talking about. Sorry. There's nothing we can do about it. I'm like, oh my God, this is highway robbery. This is terrible. And I was pretty upset about it. And I was like, this is unreal. Okay, look, you don't have to give me a reason why you canceled the order. I'm not worried about that. I want my damn money back. And after a while of just back and forth, they come up with this wild excuse. And they say, well, you canceled it. I'm like, I didn't cancel nothing. All right. I didn't cancel it. They're like, yes, you canceled it. That's why we can't give you a refund. That is such horse manure. The restaurant canceled this. Don't put this on me, Ricky Bobby. And I went off on whoever I was like, give me somebody that's smarter than you and we'll work this out because obviously you are no help. And then as we're talking, I got a refund. And it was, then they had the gall to ask me to rate their performance. And I was like, this is the worst support staff I've ever had to deal with in my entire damn life. So big shout out to Uber Eats for being freaking terrible. Matthew McConaughey, why did you do a commercial for these people? Why did they put Uber Eats all over the Superdome for the Super Bowl? Makes me sick to my damn stomach. Ugh. All right, let's get into the rest of the shows for this month. Let's see. What do I have for the rest of this month? Oh, coming up. Let's see. What do we have? Yeah. Coming up this Friday, baby. I am headed to Baton Rouge. There you go. Ooh. Gloves for Gleason. All proceeds going to number 37, Steve Gleason, baby. Yeah, that's right. I've talked about this on the show numerous amount of times, but this is happening now this Friday. Gloves for Gleason. Greeks versus ALS. So this whole card will be taking place at historic Texas Club in the capital city of Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Really cool event. These are LSU fraternities that will be hopping in the ring, putting on the headgear, putting on the gloves, duking it out. All proceeds going to Steve Gleason and the Steve Gleason ALS Foundation. So pretty cool. Looking at maybe getting a representative from Gloves for Gleason on the show, possibly tomorrow. No, maybe Wednesday or Thursday. So you'll see. Maybe we'll have something going on this week, and I'd like to get them on the show and kind of talk a little bit more about it. But yeah, it's going to be a really fun event. Really fun. Gloves for Gleason, man. Greeks versus ALS, and it's pretty much sold out at Texas Club. There's going to be a lot of fraternities in the house cheering on their frats and all of that, and I can't wait to be a part of it. I got a really cool bow tie on the way. It's a black paisley bow tie with a little gold in there, so it's gonna look clean. I can't wait. Moving forward to my next event later on this month. Of course, we talked about it. on March 28th, Friday night. BFC will be live from NOLA Bike Fest at New Orleans Harley Davidson with BFC 73. Of course, all proceeds of this event goes to martial arts and combat sports for kids. We talked about that earlier on in the episode. Can't wait to be back at NOLA Bike Fest in New Orleans. Going to be great. Right there across the street from the Saints practice facility. It's like one of the largest Harley Davidsons you can go to in Louisiana. I think it is the largest Harley Davidson in Louisiana. So pretty cool. Big shout out, NOLA Harley Davidson, big sponsors of BFC events. Love them to death. Absolutely. And not exactly last but not least, but here we go. As I announced on the show a few weeks ago, made it official, I will be a part of Ragin' Fighting Championships inaugural event happening on March 29th in Lafayette, or in Youngsville, Louisiana. RFC 1, all your favorite stars in Lafayette. It's going to be freaking awesome. Eric Scallion's going to be in the main event. Scallion's going to be in the main event against Jason Sladen. Scallon hasn't fought in a while, so we'll see what happens there, man. I can't wait. And Jason Sladen's a great fighter, so going to be a great opportunity for Jason Sladen. A great opportunity for Eric to get back in the cage. Former Bellator fighter. Really cool to see. So, looking forward to that. It's going to be in Youngsville. They just officially announced today that the next RFC event will be in June. They're already announcing their next shows, and we haven't even done their first show yet. The first show is going to sell out in Youngsville. It's going to be awesome. So, I can't wait, man. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a whole lot of fun. And then I'm also working on something the day after. That would be March 30th in a market I have always wanted to perform in, but I haven't had the chance to. So we'll see what happens there. Stay tuned, and I'll have a better answer for you. Big shout out to everybody that tuned in on the show tonight and left a like, left a comment. Let's see if we can pull everybody up that watched tonight. Maybe not. Let's see. Yeah. Let's see. Kurt Thomas Casper, Hunter Pickett, Christian Schmidt, Braylon Johnson. Who else we got? Smiley. Meg David was here. Shout out. Another chance bail bonds. Rachel Hart, Eddie Citadel, Scooby Rodriguez. Shout out all of y'all in the comments tonight. Jacob Pellingren. Let's see. Jason Berg. Good to see Jason Berg in the comments. Diehard fan of the show. Love him to death. Love Jason. He's awesome. And everybody else for tuning in. Definitely appreciate it. Folks, don't forget, go ahead and get your copy now. Russellville.com. Get your hands on a new book from Russellville. Use code SPRING, promo code SPRING for 20% off. Russellville.com. Get your copy of Lance by Chance, Story of Lance Von Erich, Russellville 1, Russellville 2, or Black Bart, the story of Black Bart. Don't forget, folks, if you haven't already seen it, I was in wrong picture. I was in Russellville Part 2, Volume 2. You want to go read about me, early part of my career? I was in a book about Russellville, which is where wrestling lives. A story different. It's each chapter is a different wrestler, different performer. So it's really cool. Different regions, different stars in each region, and it's really cool books by great friend of the show, Vinny Berry. So go support Mr. Vinny. Grab your hands, put your hands on a new book. Shout out to everybody that watched tonight. It was a really successful show, folks. We will be live probably Wednesday or Thursday night with a guest associated with Gloves for Gleason, and we'll have some buzz going on about the event. Thanks for everybody for tuning in tonight. It's a late one. It's midnight now. Stupid time change. We're changing the title of this episode to Time Change is Bullcrap, because it really is. Time change is a freaking joke. There's no reason to change the time anymore. It's stupid. So let's stop doing that. That's it. I have nothing else to say. I guess we'll end this. We'll end this thing. You haven't done it yet, go ahead and follow me all across social media. That's it right there. Bryce Boudreaux on Facebook, Instagram. I'm on X, but don't really post anything on X. If you want me to, then follow me on X. Apparently, in the data leak that happened today on X, there was a fake Bryce Boudreaux that was created, and I found out about it, and I wasn't freaking happy. All right, so whoever hacked into my stuff, I would like my freaking identity back. Thank you. Okay. Follow me. Subscribe to the YouTube. And watch all my videos and follow me on Instagram. Posting a little bit about this past weekend's event. Maybe be doing a reaction video with Roman Pizzolatto from his freak injury. We reviewed that tonight. Watch that. So if you haven't done it yet, go back in this video whenever we end it here in a few seconds and go watch the reaction video of the freak injury that happened to Roman Pizzolatto at Titan Combat Championship 4. So that's just going to do it for me. I appreciate all y'all for watching. Thank y'all for tuning in and making another successful night here on the Bryce Boudreaux Show. Stay tuned, y'all. We're going to have some cool stuff coming out this week. And big news coming up in the future for the show. Once again, maybe I'll do more of these. Y'all see that? I don't know if you can see it because it's kind of blurry, but the Bryce Boudreaux Show merchandise prototype I'm working with right here. So maybe I'll do a couple of these. I don't know. Y'all want shirts? Come holler. All right, that's it. I'm gonna end this show right now. What else was I gonna say? Yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching the show, y'all. Good night. Hasta luego. And au revoir. Wait a second.